Good evening, everybody. Tonight we're playing some more No Rest for the Wicked. We just recently did a first look at the beginning of the game, but I thought that I would show off the Crucible, which is another mechanic in the game, and it is another way to play the game outside of the grinding and all of that stuff out in the open world where you gotta collect resources and upgrade your city and follow the storyline and stuff. This is more of a roguelike. You can't really farm XP on your character through it, but you can farm loot. And there is some upgrades that you can get more consistently through here, I believe. The one thing that I know you can unlock through the Crucible is the respec for your characters. And you can do this at, I believe, as soon as you get to the town, you can play in the Crucible. It is a quest that you get, I believe, right after you talk to the Watcher and Rowan, and it throws you back out into the world to do your own thing. You meet up with Elsa, this NPC over here. She's out in the town and she says that there's something interesting that you may want to see underneath the masonry. And it looks like you're walking into a graveyard, but once you get up to the building, there'll be a guard that says it's closed, but you can still go inside, and it leads down to this temple. And you and Elsa figure out how to get into the temple, and that basic way you get in is the same way you activate the Crucible to actually compete in it. You needed Cerim blood to unlock the temple, and you needed to activate the Crucible. But before we dive into this purple bath, I'd like to ask you guys to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. If you didn't like the video, hit the thumbs down button. Either way, helps me with knowing what you guys are liking and not liking, and it helps with the algorithm so my video gets out to more people. If you want to see more of my content, hit that subscribe button. That way you know when I post new content. But we will dive on in. And like I said, this is more of a roguelike experience. I believe it's a 10... Oh, there's normally a drop down to start the battle. I believe it's a 10-room thing. I don't know what happens once you get to the 10th room. I'm assuming it's a boss. I have never made it past, I think, 7. And I think I've only made it there once. I haven't played a lot of the Crucible, but it seems like a fun way to spend your time in this game. You can't necessarily get a lot of XP from it. It's severely limited XP. I think they turn it all down, so you can't just farm up your character and then go out into the campaign and stomp through everything. But you can get rather good loot drops. And I believe if you can beat the boss, you're guaranteed legendaries. But I do not know that for certain. Up in the top right corner, it has that square with the number in it telling you what room you're in. And you can see there's a little chart. The first room is lit up with a yellow dot. As you complete rooms, they glow just like that. And once you get to the 5th room, you get a vendor that can... I believe you can unlock the ability to repair your gear in the Crucible, and among other things, along with the respec. I have not dove too far into any of that stuff, so I don't know what all that does. And then the other thing that makes it like a roguelike is as you complete rooms and defeat enemies, you get this yellow currency, and then you can use that to get upgrades to further your run in the Crucible. But let's see if we can get a backstab on this witch, because they are the bane of my existence. Let's see how many other ones we can take out here. They have found us. Let's try to get back here. Let's get some space, because we need to heal. Just barely got out of the way of that fireball. I want out of where I am. We can get a plunging attack on that witch. We can do it again. That was generous. I don't feel like we should have landed that. I'm glad my DPS is nice, because these things normally destroy me. You may have noticed that the lightning spreads from me. Oh! Well, I was gonna say, you may have noticed my lightning spread, and that's because I'm using an electrified dagger. There's different ways to apply elements to your weapons. I am using the most, the least amount of thought required way. And I put a gem on my sword that makes it have lightning damage. But you can get infusions where you just spend some focus and you have that infusion until it runs out. But that's on a timer, and then you... Oh, it was taking damage. It's on a timer, and then you have to make sure you have enough focus to reapply it. I just like the no thought. My weapon is infused with just the gem being active on it. Granted, if you use the infusion, that means you can use a different gem on your weapon, like lifesteal or focus gain or one of the other ones. So it's really talks about the depth of the game. We need to back up. Let's help back. I really need to go for a parry. I'm just not real comfortable with the parry timing on these spinny boys. But if they stun them with their own attack, it gives us a great window to get our backstab. It's where a lot of the damage in this character comes from, is with the backstab. Oh, that's a big guy. Come on. Oh, we should have got hit by that. I really don't think we dodged that attack. Let's not get grappled. There must be one more enemy up here. There is. I don't like that he used that smoke. Let's just go ahead and back up, get a heal. That move gives us the perfect opportunity to get a backstab. And we've completed this chamber. Removes all elemental effects from the Crucible. Environmental effects. I don't know why I read that as elemental. And deal major ice damage after you take damage. I think that's what we're gonna take here. Enemy movement speed reduced by 10. Yes, please. And then we'll grab that one to go with the Frost Nova. And as you can see, the buffs start stacking very nicely together. I had buffs stacking well on the character I was playing in co-op because I play a tank in co-op, and I had a lot of those damage buffs that happen when you take damage. So me just being the tank was causing me to do damage to people, and it was working out real well. Oh, this room is nothing but traps. This could be very fun. Oh, and I think These guys are kind of hard enemies, too. Not too bad enemies if they're just gonna keep stunning themselves. That's great. Actually, that is ridiculous. That was ridiculously easy. The rest of them are gonna be a nightmare.
Soon all will be quiet.
Let's just bait him into the trap. Come on.
All will be unspoken.
Oh, that attack hurt. Stunned me. Ran around and got the backstab. This room is going a lot better than I thought it was going to. Probably shouldn't speak that quickly, because we still have one more enemy to take out. Try to get him to walk into a trap. It's not working, but his cast window gives us plenty of time. We'll use the immunity frames from the backstab to be able to walk into his fire. And we cleared this room, no problem. Alright. Critical hits increase by 20% when health drops below. Stamina increase, focus on kill. I think we'll take the stamina increase. Move to room 3. Some split lizards. That's not too bad of an enemy to fight. These little red lines are indicating traps. The enemies don't trigger them, but you do when you walk onto them, but they do damage to enemies if you can catch the enemy in the firebolt as it's trying to hit you. Alright. Got a ranged unit, and then that maggot boy. We'll get the maggot boy first, and then the ranged unit. Take out a couple of the maggots with the lightning off of the backstab, and drop the other two, no problem. We have one more twisted wolf to fight. Get out of the way of his lunge. Room 3 cleared with little issue. Revive once after being killed with 100% of health, but max health is reduced by 20%. I kind of like the idea of that, so we'll take that. And we'll take the focus on kill. We haven't had much issue with focus, but never know what's coming in the future. Thought I had the timing on that one. I did not. Full health. He paused right at my parry window. Their movements are just so hard to read for me, for whatever reason. I think it's because sometimes their movement is just movement. There's not an attack part of it, so you can't parry it, and I just misread the attack. Really thought that enemy was gonna get the best of me for a second there. Half my health bar in 2 hits. Backstab on that one, no problem. Not even halfway done with this room yet. Looks like everybody else is downstairs. I haven't seen this layout yet. Oh, that hurt. Was not trying to jump. Thought we didn't get the backstab on that one, but did work out fine. Got the stagger off that lightning bolt. Worked out well for our combo. Probably go all the way around. Doesn't look like we can jump over that hole anyway. That momentary pause for his swing gave us the opening for that backstab nicely. Oh, we could have walked across the center. I want to do a jumping tack down on top of them, but I don't think that's the play. I think that might be death. Swap to my secondary weapon. Get their attention away from that big guy. Didn't see the indicator when I pressed the button, but he must have moved into it. Pop a heal, and then move over to this ranged unit. Do a quick lap, get the backstab. We had a couple loots over here. Down to the last couple enemies. One of them is that big guy. Ooh, and he hits like a freight train. Oh, and we just died and got our perk for the res. Let's play a little safe here. Swap to my bow. Can't hit him with the lob, but I can hit him with the straight arrows after the lob. Luckily, the rest of the enemies lost interest when the big guy chased me. Gave us some space. Ooh, we need to be careful about getting hit by multiples because their damage does stack very nastily. But so do ours. Did not mean to do that 360 on that bow, but that looked pretty nice. And our buff that we got prior finished that guy. When he hit us, it did the Frost Nova, and the Frost Nova was enough to take him down. Don't know why I ran over here. It's not like we get that much extra stuff. Let's take enemy movement speed reduction. I feel like that might help if we get to a boss. Max stamina. Don't really need that. Remove all environmental effects from the Crucible. I don't know that I necessarily want to get rid of the environmental effects. That is nice, I feel like. But let's re-roll it. Not interested in that. We'll increase our health. Deal minor ice damage around you over time. That stacks with our previous buffs, so we'll grab that too. And we're out of points. Move on to room 5. Oh. This is our shopkeep. There's actually a cutscene here that's rather nice. I would recommend seeing it. I, unfortunately, have seen it already, so you don't get it when I walk into this room. Grab our rewards for getting to our 5th room. Oh, Eye of the Beholder. What is that? It's a shield. That's kinda nifty. Too bad I don't use shields. Alright. There was an oath I took. A pact, perhaps. Yes. But the hunger. How could I have known there'd be so much hunger? Please bring me the glow, the glimmer, the shine off their backs, and I will open every door. And then, as you get the gloom seed, you can buy different things for your Crucible upgrades. Infuse a Crucible with unique echoes, granting Cerim powerful new effects and abilities. You can get Sacred Mending, so you can upgrade your stuff. Once you get to the... Or you can repair your equipment once you get to this guy. I apparently have not contributed to anything yet. Refill health through traces. Awaken a relic that allows you to reallocate. Repair. Sell items. Oh. Gets him the ability to sell you items. Sorry. I am going to donate all of my seeds to the Iron Corpus so I can reallocate if I need to in the future. I can sell these pretty quick because I know what my character is using. None of these fall into that category. Except for those leather pants. Those might be a thing. We'll hang on to those. I don't really care for plagued rings, so we'll sell that. And move on to room number 6. If I hold the button long enough, anyways. Oh, more of these big guys. Trying to get a good opening to get a backstab. So glad his spell missed. Oh, right. There was the end of our run. And just like that, your Crucible run comes to an end. But never fear, the only thing it's costing you is the durability on your equipment. But the items that you're going to pick up, you're probably going to make more money selling them than you are from having to repair your gear. So it's not a real big loss to go in and die in the Crucible just to get a little bit farther. If nothing else, just to practice your combat and getting better with your parrying and your combos, figuring out where your attack windows are on specific enemies. Or maybe you're trying out a new build or a new weapon and you just want some nice consistent enemies to try out those things on. The Crucible is a great place to do your theory crafting on builds and the such. And once you unlock the respec, I believe the totem for it is right here, if my memory serves correct from the video I watched of somebody else unlocking it. And then you can reallocate your points, and you can try out different builds on your character that you're already leveled up. And then you can go and test them in the Crucible. But I figured this would make a good first look video, looking at the Crucible for No Rest for the Wicked. I was hoping to get a little bit farther into the Crucible for you guys, but I still have a lot to work to go with perfecting my playstyle. But the Crucible is a good place to work on your playstyles. Hope you enjoyed watching me fail in the Crucible, and got to see another amazing way to play this game. I very much enjoy No Rest for the Wicked, and I can't wait to see what the developer has in store for the rest of the game once we get closer to full release. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, or the dislike button if you didn't like the video. and hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date when I post more videos. But without further ado, I'll bid you all adieu and catch you in the next one.